Playing dumb is your superpower. Acting nonchalant is your superpower. The person I'm talking to is somebody who a lot of people thought you were naive and stupid and dumb. And a lot of it is because you kind of played into that role of being the aloof person, head in the clouds, because number one, it protected you from a lot of things like opting out. Like people, when people saw that you were operating like that, first of all, their guards were down and it gave them freedom to operate in their true selves. And a lot of people were exposed during this because they took your kindness for dumbness. They took your generosity for being naive, and they thought you were somebody that they could take advantage of. But the reality is, even though you were playing dumb and stupid, you are not dumb and stupid. You actually sat back and grabbed your popcorn and enjoyed the ride, because a lot of people, they show their ass with you. All right. And it led to a lot of heartbreak to understand that, look, when you give these people an opportunity to see what they're capable of and they choose, the latter, and they choose to, be manipulative, to be shisty, to try to be like in narcissistic tendencies and stuff like that, then you're like, your spirit guides is like exposing, like, look, this is what happened. This is what happened. People who prey on the weak and the vulnerable. And that's why, unfortunately, you've had to deal with a lot of people who did that for you, because you were kind of like God's angel, like on earth, like a warrior on earth. Like God needed somebody like in the mix, like as a human, to really infiltrate, and so you can expose who needs to be exposed, because you're like walking karma to these people. Now, they thought you were stupid. So the moment you said, all right, watch this, and you cut them out of your life, they were mad at you. They're like, hold up. Now I feel bamboozled. So you mean to tell me that this person knew they worked the entire time? You mean to tell me this person was onto me and knew exactly what I was going to do from jump? Because at the end of the day, like, this is not your first rodeo. Like, you're so used to people trying to take advantage of you, trying to show face and try to like downplay you. Like, you gain like pattern recognition at this point to understand, like, this person ain't shit. This person ain't shit. But hold on, I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt, because maybe I'm projecting, maybe I'm, letting the past scar me a little bit. So you took a step back, but you clocked and you peeped everything from day one. And unfortunately for you, you're so empathetic, and like you're to a point where you still see people and kind of you reverse engineer the reason that they're acting like a clown, and understand, like, okay, like, this is the reason why, like, this person is just unhealed, this person is just unhinged, this person just needs a little bit of love and compassion. And at one point you thought that you could save them, so you stuck by them. You've been the supportive friend, even though all of the slime remarks, all of the shiesty comments, all of the shadiness, all of that. And you just thought this person was just going through something. But that's a part of the reason why they thought you was an idiot, because you still stay. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what happens. These people feel so comfortable enough to expose who they are around you. And unfortunately, they didn't pass the vibe check. They did not pass the vibe check. So you had to walk away from these people without a warning. Some of them you did give them warning. Some of them you let them know, you brought to the table what you were feeling, because that's what healthy people do in relationships. If you have something on your mind, instead of like having it, pile up, and you start creating some resentment and start morphing a whole false story and a false narrative, you said, no, I'm not going to do that, because that is usually done to me like 80-90% of the time. So I'm going to be an adult. I'm going to be responsible and tell this person exactly what's on my mind. Express yourself truly, feel and truly authentically, because you thought that these individuals would at least give you enough respect to reciprocate that, verbal back and forth. But no, they took it personally. They said they took it as a personal attack. You instilling boundaries, they took that as a personal attack to them. And anytime somebody does that, where you come to them and you're not like you have no animosity or nothing like that, no hostility. You're just coming in to tell them what's on your mind, and they turn it around on you and make it feel like you're attacking them or something. Those are the people you need to stay away from, because those people have a hidden agenda around you, and those people do not like you. And instead of cutting off the relationship with you, not associating with you, because, obviously you would assume that if somebody doesn't like somebody, they would not hang around with them. No, they still kept you around, because at the end of the day, whether they like to admit it or not, you were the shining light that brought all of the good luck to them. For example, y'all going out to the club, they want to invite you because you're getting all the attention, you're getting the free drinks, you're getting VIP access, etc., etc. But they would not admit that to you, but they would invite you out because it's your energy that is attracting all of that generosity and abundance. However, that's the same light that they are jealous of, because without you, they don't have that same effect. So with that being said, your ability to play dumb has allowed these people to feel comfortable enough to expose their true nature, which was a snake. And your spirit guides got you 10 toes down. So with or without you realizing it, there was tower moments where these people were like ejected out of your life, and you're like, dang, like, where did this person go? Like, whatever happened to this person? They couldn't handle it anymore. Okay, they disqualified themselves. They exit stage left. Divine intervention knew exactly what their intentions were towards you. So spirit had to cut that out immediately. And then on the other note, you spoke to yourself and you understood, like, how many heartbreaks am I going to go to? How many betrayals am I going to go through to really understand that the reason I'm in this situation in the first place is because I entertained this individual way longer than I needed to. And that's how alchemy works. Okay. That's how not being a victim works, where you take the accountability and say, hey, what can I control in this situation so that next time I could recognize the signs and act on it immediately without delaying the process. Because at the end of the day, when you walk away from people, that lesson is a life lesson that sticks with individuals their entire lifespan. Because during your absence, they finally understand how valuable of a person you are. They finally understand how worthy you were and how chosen you were and how protective of the energy you were, because right now they're going through some very serious karma and their life is they're not really doing too well. And the only reason I'm telling you this is because you need to know some way, shape, or form that justice is being served for the way that you've been treated by these shiesty individuals. And I'm saying shiesty because I mean shiesty. Like, I'm not talking about you had a falling out with your friend because, no, I'm talking about people who deliberately tried to tear you down. People who deliberately spread lies on your name. People who deliberately try to hurt you, try to take you up on out of here. And at the end of the day, you don't really wish bad on nobody, but at the end of the day, people are getting what they deserve. People are getting what they are putting out. And if you've been putting out lies, deceit, pain, anger, jealousy, and all that, wishing evil eye on somebody, wishing that somebody gets hurt, trying to end people's relationships, then just imagine that times 10. Yeah, these people are scared. They're real scared. But that's not your business. That's not your concern. All your job was to be put in people's lives and bless them with your energy and see how they reacted to it. Because the reality is, with you, if you're a light worker, you're an angel, is either they gonna love you or they gonna hate you. Very rare is there an in between. The people that's in between, they don't really know you like that, don't care to know you, but it's either they're gonna love you or they're going to hate your guts. And that's why you're detaching from anything that you can't control, and you're just saying you're gonna give it to God. You're praying for your protection, and just knowing that wherever you go in life, you're always gonna attract these certain individuals, and just know that that's a part of your calling. So keep your protection up, keep your head held high, and keep on doing you, because you are exposing these individuals and you are teaching lessons that they didn't ever even signed up for.